I think it's a good buy, but it was a better buy when it was $9.99. But the price keeps creeping up and creeping up, so I'm gonna have to watch that price. Yeah, so this is $15.20 tax, and it's a grand total of 521.11. That's it for all the stuff that we bought at Costco. So, oh well, my friends, it's another day, and in the last video, I showed you all the goodies that we picked up at Costco. Now, this is part 2. This is what we picked up at the Caribbean stores, my friends. These are mostly foods that either they are better priced in the city or we can't get them in the countryside. And so whenever we go in the city, we buy them. By the way, thank you guys so much for being here. My name is Peaches. So happy to have you guys supporting us on the channel. I am here with my receipts all armed to share as much as possible the prices that we pay for the produce when we shop in Toronto, right? That's the city. We usually shop Costco in Peterborough. When we do Caribbean foods, we shop in Toronto, right? Or Toronto, however you pronounce it, right? And so I'm gonna get started on some of the goodies that we picked up that is like a treat for us. Now, when I came to Canada first in 1993, I used to buy these little boxes of tamarind because tropical country, Jamaica, we have lots of tamarind trees, right? I grew up as a child eating tamarind. And so this was usually one of my treats, or our treats, because my hubby is also Jamaican, right? We were both born and grown in Jamaica. He went to Cornmeal College. I went to Mount Alvernia High. And I went to Teachers College and actually went back to Mount Alvernia High, my alma mater, to teach social studies, which is a combination of geography and history. Yeah, I'm a certified educator, my friends. Yeah, and so getting back to the tamarind, this is a bigger box. There is a smaller box that used to be 99 cents, and this box was usually about $1.99. Now, this box of tamarind is, I think it's about $6. Let's see. Where is my tamarind? Yeah, sweet and sour tamarind. Per tamarind, it's $6, $5.99 for the tamarind. As for the coconut water, this, in my family, we each had a coconut tree growing up. And so we would have a coconut tree that we get coconut from to drink coconut water and eat that flesh that's in the coconut, right? Now we have to buy coconut water. And these were on sale. I think, yeah, these were $1.29 each. We've already devoured a few of them. And yeah, another thing, usually we buy like the box at Costco, but it's mega expensive. It's more expensive than buying the tins here. When it's on sale, we treat ourselves. When it's not on sale, we just, as we would say in Jamaica, cut we eye and pass it, which means that we actually kind of turn an eye, look at the thing, and then just go our ways, right? And so yeah, that's a coconut water. My hubby picked up 6 spice buns. This is the last one that's left of the spice bun. This one is supposed to be mine. but we may end up sharing it, right? Because that usually happens. Mommy, or as they call me now, when my sons were younger, I was mommy. Now they're older, I'm mom. So mom usually shares her stuff with them after they've eaten their stuff, right? And the spice buns were, not sure my hubby picked them up, so let's see if I can find how much we paid for the spice bun. I don't know, I can't find it here. Spice bun, oh no, that's not spice bun. For the Costco stuff, it was easy to kind of organize them, but for the Caribbean stuff, yeah, spice bun right here, 6 at $1.29. So they're the same price as the coconut water. And I picked up some more tamarind balls. Well, these are tamarins, but we are used to making our tamarind into tamarind balls, which is the tamarind, actually ripe tamarind rolled with some sugar. So that's a guilty treat. Sometimes you can get them mixed in with black pepper, spiced tamarind balls. So yeah, this one is preserved tamarind, yeah. It's a product of Thailand. And this one is product of prepared in Scarborough. Yeah, I don't know where the tamarind came from, but it's prepared in Scarborough, Ontario, which Scarborough is now a part of Metro Toronto. Yeah, so that's it for those things. Let's move on to some of the things that I picked up which are priced. Like these peppers, I like to buy these on sale, right? Instead of buying them for $1.99 a pound, I'll pick up a pack for like $1.20. They're selling out the stuff that were there before, still pretty fresh. And for some of these peppers, I actually want to do some preserves, and they are very good peppers, my friends. It's $1.20 for each package, so I picked up 3 packages. Now my codfish, sometimes codfish, or as we call it in Jamaica, saltfish, salted cod. Yeah, usually it's about $5.49 or $5.99 per pound. We got these on sale for $3.99 per pound, and so my hubby picked up 2. These, what I'll do is just brush off the excess salt, then I'll cut them into pieces, put them in plastic bags, and put them in the freezer. That is how I store my salted fish, or my saltfish. Now these are cucumbers that I want to use to make some pickles. These were $1.99 each. We went to 2 stores, and the first store had papaya for $2.99 per pound. We paid $1.99 per pound just up the street on Lawrence Avenue East. Now these mangoes, I'm not quite sure how much they were. My hubby picked them up, but there were 3 of them in the packages. And this morning when I came down, there were 3. Now there is 1. So I don't know where the other 2 disappeared to. So let's move on to our jerk sauce. Now I have mentioned it before that I do make jerk sauce in my kitchen. However, this Jamaica Joe jerk sauce is a very good one, guys. If you want to try a good jerk sauce, look for Jamaica Joe jerk seasoning. Now I don't have partnership with Jamaica Joe. I'm just sharing a good thing, right? So it's a good thing to share a good thing. So my hubby picked up 5 bottles of this jerk sauce, and I think we have one in the pantry. So we do use them quite a bit. I would say that curry and jerk chicken are the two most prepared chicken dish in our home, right? So the jerk sauce, jerk seasoning was $2.99 each. Sometimes we get it on sale. This looks like it was regular price, but still, compared to others, it marinates the chicken so quickly and so easily. And so, yeah, that's the reason why. And it's pretty balanced, has a good pep in the step when it comes on to the spiciness. And so, yeah, that's another reason why we like it. And of course, you can't have codfish without ackee, right? Now, when we were growing up, we would just go pick ackee off the tree. Ackee would be on our property, ackee would be on our neighbor's property, and so we just go pick ackee off the tree. Now we have to buy ackee in the tin ackee, right? And so whenever we go into the city, we make sure we get our ackee. We have one ackee in the pantry, tin of ackee in the pantry right now. So my hubby picked up two. He picked up a Montego ackee and a Tropical Sun Jamaican ackee in salted water. These were $7.99 each. Yeah. So next time my hubby makes Jamaican ackee and saltfish dish, I will try to see if I can capture it, because I do make it too, but usually we will have it mostly on like a Sunday morning for Sunday morning breakfast, and my hubby is the one who makes Sunday morning breakfast these days, most of the time now. So yeah, I will try to ask him to record, or I will record for you, my friends. These are kabocha squash. Now I do have some squash over there in the pantry, but I did not get as much kabocha squash as I anticipated getting. Let me take you guys over there and show you what I have here. Now it's a mixture of kabocha, oh, the legs of this. Now it's a mixture of kabocha squash and other squash. There we go. That's not how they're gonna stay. I'm still working on this area, and so yeah, there is some work to be done there. But yeah, because I did not get enough kabocha squash from my garden, I figure if I go into the city and I see them a good price, then I will go ahead and I will pick some up. These I paid 99 cents per pound, and I tried as much as possible to look for ones that were not dug into at the top of the stem here. And so when they're like that, this one is excellent. It has that stem. These ones are not dug into either. The stem is shorter, but they are well cured on the top here, and so they should last for a little bit. I picked up 5 of them, and so what I'm gonna do is put them in with my other pumpkins, and if I happen to go in the city again and I see the kabocha or butter cup squash for 99 cents or less, I will pick more up, right? And so yeah, these are butternut. Now I said butter cup, that look familiar, similar to this, but there is butternut squash. These ones were also 99 cents, and I picked up 5 of them. Now I tried butternut squash in my garden, and there were I think 3 tiny ones. Let me see if I can find the ones I have. Yeah, friends, check this out. No, I think that there is one more in the greenhouse that I found in the garden when I came home from New Jersey. But yeah, the beginnings of a lovely butternut squash from a garden, from the store. But I am hopeful for next year. I am going to try my best to get them started way earlier, because it seems as though because we're in a zone 4A zone, I have to start the plants way earlier, because sometimes along the way, the temperature in the spring and even early summer is not favorable for tropical stuff. And so it will stunt their growth, especially if I plant and then we get frost or it gets way cold. And so, yeah, I'm going to try again next year. Now, green bananas. Green bananas, usually we like with ackee and saltfish. Ackee and saltfish also goes with boiled dumplings or fried dumplings or roasted breadfruit. But don't ever start talking about breadfruit because it's so expensive. I don't buy them because sometimes you buy them and they're not even good. So it's like you just waste your money. As for the bananas, I opt for smaller finger bananas, and I don't buy the Jamaican bananas because they are like $2.99 per pound. This hand here would probably cost me about $6 or more if I was supposed to buy the Jamaican bananas. So I just go ahead and buy the Dole bananas, right? Now, when I came to Canada first, when we were cooking bananas, we would usually cook them in the peel. We don't do that anymore. We take the peel off. Now, when we peel bananas, we core them. Usually, generally, that's a tradition. But I don't core bananas for the fact that it doesn't matter if I put oil on my hands, the stain of the bananas will linger on my fingers for days, especially my thumbs. And so, yeah, I don't core bananas. But these bananas, I think we paid about $1.99 per pound as opposed to $2.99. Actually, they were $1.29 per pound. So go ahead, my friends, and guess how much we paid for this amount of bananas in Canadian dollars. That is, it's north of $5. It's $1.29 per pound. Okay, so that's all of this here. Let me just sip a little tea. Okay, now getting over here to Milo. If you're of Canadian, no. If you are of Caribbean heritage, you should know Milo. Milo is one of the drinks that we grew up with as children. Milo and Horlicks and Ovaltine. Those were three hot beverages that we would have as kids, whether it was in the morning for breakfast or at nighttime before you go to bed. And so, yeah, my hubby picked up 3. I think they were on sale. How much did we pay for the Milo? $2.99 each. So it was $8.97 for the 3 Milo. Now next to Milo is sugar. Now this sugar is Demerara Gold cane sugar, made from pure cane sugar juice. And it's 7 pounds. It was on sale. And so my hubby picked it up. And it's because you can't have too much sugar around, can you? No, it's getting close to that season when we do a lot of baking, the Christmas season. We need sugar for baking, and we need sugar to put in our sorrel drink. And so My hubby picked this up. It was $7.99. Now we are talking about Canadian dollar, right? Moving on to my purple cabbage. My purple cabbage, I paid 99 cents per pound for these. Now, this is okra. This okra, we paid $3.65 for it at the first store that we stopped. And then we noticed when we went to the other store that it was more expensive. So comparing the two stores, I guess this is a decent buy. Yeah, did you know that okra is very good for fiber? And if you are diabetic, for example, okra is very good for you, and you can actually eat them raw. Yeah, uncooked. Just gotta wash them properly, right? I tried okra in my garden, didn't do well, so I didn't get any okra. Yeah. Now I bought loose garlic because I don't like those garlic that are in the packages of 3 or 5. Yeah, you know those garlic, like you can get 5 or 6 garlic for 99 cents or less. No, I bought the loose garlic, which is, hopefully it is what it says it is, a product of Spain. Yeah, so I picked up 6 garlic bulbs. The bulbs is the whole thing, and the cloves are the smaller pieces that are within the bulb, right? I had some garlic. I got some garlic from my garden this year. The unexpected abundance of garlic I got from my garden. And my dream is to plant some garlic this year, but I'm wondering where the best place is to buy garlic to plant. I'm gonna check downtown to see if Home Hardware has any garlic seeds. But other than that, the garlic that I reaped from my garden this summer was garlic that I actually planted from these cloves. So I may just buy some from the store and just plant the cloves, right? 1 clove gives you a whole bulb in the end, which is worth it. And garlic's very good for you, as we know, right? And now there is ginger. Now I don't buy the big fat ginger. I buy the organic Caribbean ginger, right? So these were $2.99 per pound. The fat ginger is a waste of money. Buy the organic ginger, pound for pound. It's better to have a tiny piece of the organic ginger than to have a big chunk of that big fat ginger. This is so good, and to get the most out of your ginger, what you need to do is use a tenderizer, a meat tenderizer, to really smash the ginger, or shred the ginger, grate the ginger, grind the ginger in your blender. That's the best way to get the most out of your ginger. Now over here we have Brussels sprouts. And these Brussels sprouts were $2.50 per pack. Now I also bought a pack of Brussels sprouts at Costco. And so I'm going to have to blanch and actually put these in the freezer. Now these are pepper. These pepper remind me of peppers we grew back home when I was a child, which we call bird pepper, or in Jamaican, patois, bud pepper, right? A bird, B-I-R-D, in Jamaican patois is bud, B-U-D. Okay, so the bird pepper, we paid, pepper. Oh, so it is chili. It's a small chili. It's Thai chili. So for the Thai chili, we paid $1.99 for the package. Now I opened it like this because they start growing mold at the head here very easily. And so I want to make sure that it doesn't all get moldy. And so I opened the package. Yeah. So moving on, eggplant. These lovely little eggplants that really do look like eggs. They are shaped like eggs. This was $2.59 per pound. And this tray was $2.75. Now I remember my mom used to fry eggplants for us when we were growing up as children. So I want to see if I can replicate my mom's recipe. These are also some eggplants. They're the long ones. This package is $2.20. Okay, now, as if I don't have enough sweet potatoes in my pantry already, I picked up this bag of sweet potatoes. But I like these sweet potatoes for one reason, is that they taste very good when they are baked, and they are very small, and so you can bake them easily, and you can just scrub them well and eat skin and all. And so for that reason I picked these up, and yeah, because I like them. And they were potato bag. It was 3 pounds. It was $1.99 per pound. So they were $5.99. Nothing is cheap, right? Nothing is cheap. But as my mom would say, what you go do? You can't eat the money, so you got to use the money to buy what you need to eat, right? And now I have these potatoes, which are different from the American, what we call yam. These are harder. They're not as soft. When you cook them, they have a different texture and also a different color. And these ones bought at the first store. So these ones were, they're South American, according to my bill, South American sweet potatoes. They were $1.29 per pound. $4.24 for the 3. So just over $1 a sweet potato. This is chayote, or as we call them in Jamaica, Cho Cho. Cho Cho is very expensive. I think Cho Cho was about $2.29 per pound, or was it $1.99? Either way, it's pretty expensive. So I chose not to buy it by the pound. I picked this tray up, and it has 3 Cho Chos, and it was $1.99, which is way better than buying it by the pound. Now, I have thyme in my garden. I have already dried some thyme from my garden. This is Jamaican thyme, and thyme, Thyme. Yeah, and so this little package here was $1.99. So I think it's not bad for Jamaican thyme, or thyme as we call it thyme in Jamaica. Jamaican thyme, Jamaican thyme. It's not bad for $1.99. So I picked that up. Also, I picked up some split peas. This is Mr. Goudas. Mr. Goudas. Is Mr. Goudas a Canadian brand, Paul? Is Mr. Goudas a Canadian brand?
I've seen it since I came.
I don't know, but I know I've seen Mr. Goudas since I came to Canada, so I'm kind of... Mr. Goudas is synonymous to me with Canadian. I don't know if it's a Canadian brand.
Might be in the Caribbean too.
Okay, but it's 2 kg of split pea, and my split pea were... I can't find my split pea. Oh, here is my split pea. $3.99 for the 2 kg, which is 4.4 pounds. That's not a bad price at all. That's going to last for a little while. Now, here's one of the things that we use in our Jamaican cuisine. We call it broad bean, right? Here we call it lima beans, Lima beans, but in Jamaica we call it broad bean. Now there is another bean which is called broad bean that I buy offline to plant in my garden, but it is different from this Jamaican broad bean. I picked up 2 packages because my intention is to actually pre-cook them and can them so that I have them ready when I want. Although my hubby actually bought the tin broad beans from the stores. So we have the dry beans, and we have the canned beans. Now the broad beans, let's see, lima beans, they were $4.99 each. Yeah, they are pretty expensive. So yeah, it's a part of our cuisine though, so we use them. It's not like we eat them in everything. We usually eat them in, like, when we're cooking oxtail. Sometimes we put it also in, like, when we're looking at making a dish like with codfish or saltfish, we use the broad bean also, but it's mainly used in oxtail dishes, right? And Saturday my hubby actually cooked a good soup, and he put some broad bean in there, so I don't know if that's why the soup tastes so good, but yeah, never had broad bean in soup before until Saturday. I don't know what convinced him to do, but he did. And then there is chickpea, which I like. I usually cook my chickpea in the slow cooker. I mentioned before that I have a pressure cooker, but I prefer to use the slow cooker. And so yeah, I cook my chickpeas in a slow cooker, and then I portion them out and I put them in the freezer. But I'm gonna start to can some of these chickpeas. But you know, when you can products or produce such as beans and peas, you actually have to use a pressure canner. You cannot, or you should not, water bath can stuff like these, because they will go bad. They need to be canned under pressure. And the chickpea, how much did I pay for my chickpea? $4.99 for my chickpea. Sometimes you buy in bulk up front and it seems like a lot of money, but in the end it pans out, it works out. So if you can buy in bulk, it's better to buy in bulk. However, you have to be careful not to buy big packages that turns out to be more expensive than small packages, because these are cornmeal, Jamaican Pride cornmeal, which is a Canadian product. Canadian corn ground in Canada. It's a Canadian product, and these were $2 for $5. Then my hubby and I saw one package which I think it said it was 11 pounds. Is it? No, it wasn't 11 pounds. How many kg was it, Paul? But anyways, it worked out to be more expensive. It was going to be $12 for the bag. And then when we checked it all out, it was better to buy 4 of these smaller packages than to buy the big bag of cornmeal. And so, yeah, we checked down. I pull out my phone and I use my calculator to see how much per kg, per pound, per whatever I'm calculating, to see which is the better deal. I'm not afraid of doing that if it's going to save me some money. And I would suggest you do the same thing, because every penny counts. In Jamaica, we have a saying that says, "Every mickle make a muckle." You want to go ahead and tell me what you think that means? Drop it in the comment below. Every mickle make a muckle. Yeah. Now recently I got onions in No Frills at a good price downtown. But these onions I saw when I was in Toronto, or we were in Toronto, and these onions were pretty reasonable. So I bought this bag because it's 10 pounds for $2.59. My intention is to preserve some. I'm gonna also try to see if I can use my dehydrator to dehydrate some of the onions, because I do buy onion powder. So if I can dehydrate some of my cost-effective onions, then that's a good thing, right? And so yeah, it's my bag of onions. Now these are red onions. Red onions are usually very expensive, and again, this is 10 pounds, and I was able to get the bag for, was it the same as the white onions? Squash, purple onions. It was $4.99. Now I'm wondering if it was $4.99. Now I'm thinking that it should have been cheaper. I'm thinking that it was supposed to be $2. It seemed as though we were charged for the bigger bag. But the bigger bag was still 10 pounds. Only that the small ones were being sold for less money. Well, anyways, one of the things I like when I'm buying onions, whether it's purple or yellow or white, is I like to buy smaller onions. And the reason being is I don't like to put onions in the refrigerator. And I don't like to cut a big onion and have a piece of onion left over. I would prefer to use 2 small onions or 3 small onions even, depends on what I'm doing, than to cut a big onion into 2. So you may want to consider that, buying smaller onions instead of the big ones. Sometimes when you cut a piece and leave it over, it goes bad because you're not ready to use it before it goes bad. So yeah. And I picked up a piece of aloe vera, my friends. Aloe vera was $1.99 per pound. And they had this on sale for $1.29. And so I picked up the aloe vera because aloe vera is good for your gut. It's good for your stomach. It's very soothing, and it's good also for cleansing. So my intention with my aloe vera is to peel it and get all the gel from inside and put it in a jar and figure out how to preserve it, right? So I'll let you guys come along with me when I'm preserving my aloe vera. But that's it, friends. That's our Caribbean produce that we picked up when we were in Toronto. Now what I'm gonna do is, I actually have plans to do some preservation, but I'll just put them away for now, and then I'll pull out little by little and do the preserving that I am doing. And as much as possible, I will record what I do with the preservation and share it with you guys. But until then, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for liking the videos, sharing the videos, and yes, subscribing. Please do leave your comment below. Let me know what you think. Remember now, dare to be different. Follow your own star. I will see you in the next one.